Hey folks. What a beautiful day for sticks. Fetch it up. Welcome back to the Tractorfella channel, where we know nothing about tractors. On today's episode, we're going to unbag this beautiful Stihl 028 AV chainsaw that belonged to my grandfather. It's been sitting for quite a while. We don't really know how long, but you all right? Dogs. Ouch. Chain is sharp. There she is. So I've never really understood. We have a Stihl Wood Boss 028 AV electric quick stop. This one is a Stihl 028 WB, which stands for Wood Boss electronic quick stop. I mean, what's the difference? They're pretty much identical. This is using Torx bits. This is using flat screwdriver. You call that a standard screwdriver? I don't know what you call it. The muffler is different. The one on the right was my dad's, by the way, if you didn't see this episode where we attempted to get the oil pump to work. I do have a new 100% Chinese oil pump that I would like to try in this. I mean, the overall appearance is relatively the same. This has holes. This does not. Check this out. This one's had a bunch of flat screwdriver screws in it. There's a Torx in this one, but this one is a flat. That's funny. Okay, well, maybe somebody out there knows the difference off the top of their head. All right, enough of the comparison. Okay, step one. Small engine toolkit. Get your official chainsaw multi-tool. Check. Almost forgot. The wife scooped me up a microphone. So we're going to go ahead and activate that now. And then we have a baseline of no microphone versus microphone. How exciting is that? All right, see you in a second. Mic check 1, 2. Okay. It works. How exciting is that? Hopefully it synchronizes well. All right. Test number 1. Does it spin? Actually, I don't think it's on there. All right. Well, we can check the engine. Does the engine spin? Yep. She's a bit snug, but it spins. Ah, I see we had a little bit of a missing piece here. That's all right. Whoop! I would have done the same thing. 13. And a lock washer. Yep. Chainsaws vibrate. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yep, chain is off. Well, we'll just remove the rest of it. I don't feel any sharp edges. There's a little bit. We could probably file the edge of the bar here. After the chain rides on the flat surface here for so many hours, years, whatever, it kind of grooves its way into the bar and leaves like razor sharp pieces of metal that stick out. It's really not fun. I made the mistake of right up the bar one time, and it didn't end well for my fingers. What do we have here? Oh, the needle bearing. Oh no. Here, check this out. Can you see? You can see. So I think I know why it was parked. The needle bearing for our idler, oh no, that's not good, has decided to walk its way out, and it is missing needles. And that's not very good at all. I'm going to go get the snap ring pliers. Hey, you can still hear me from across the room because I have a microphone. How cool is that? I don't have to yell anymore. What's going to happen, though, is I'm going to end up yelling from across the room because I will completely forget that I'm wearing this mic. It'll sound really great on the audio quality. Thank goodness for editing tools. Okay, snap ring successfully released from its home. Let's see if we can get this off of here. I'm afraid that it's welded itself because it should just come right off. Yeah, that's not so great. Also, I got tired of getting into fights with my retractable shop light, so we got the giant cage light that used to be used for our chickens to keep them warm. or at least to provide light for them in the winter. Chickens do not like to lay eggs when it's dark out for whatever reason. They also don't like snow, which cracks me up. It'll snow, they'll walk to the edge of the ramp up to their coop, and then look around, cluck a few times, and go right back inside. All right, there we go. That is off. Can't even spin the crank. Well, no, I can spin the crank. Weird. Am I forgetting a step? I really don't think so. I mean, obviously this won't idle. Oh, idiot. Okay, well, it's going to be a good day. There's a valuable lesson for you. You can't pull off your sprocket if your stinking chain brake is on. Oh my goodness, we are off to a good start here, folks. Okay, good news. This looks like it wants to come out. We have one needle on the outside most part of the cage. I got to remove this plate first, I'm pretty sure. I'd at least like to make sure the needles went spraying everywhere and they're not stuck somewhere inside. Okay, it appears we need a T27, and it only comes, in this case, the one I have is a 1/2 inch drive. I don't know why it's so big, but whatever. I think a T25 fit as well, but it's just a little too loose. All right, laziness is kicking in. Okay, let's get this oil plate off of here too. I don't know if this is called an oil plate or whatever you want to call it, but garbage. No, Titan, this is not a snack for you. And this should just pull right off. Oh man, that's caught a chain or two in its life, I guess. Holy oil. I have a feeling that oil pump is leaking. This should just pull right out of here. Should, maybe. There we go. I think I was going the wrong way. Worm gear. The drive gear on the oil pump on the Wood Boss, it's plastic. Looks like ATF. All right, let's pull this out of here. Chain brake off, folks. Keep the chain brake off if you want to pull this drum. Nothing. You can see we had bearing here, and we had, looks like not so much bearing going on here. I wonder if it ran with the bearing just like this. I wonder why they use 2 sets of rollers instead of just one long roller. And can we salvage this? And I see some pitting, maybe some hot spots. It's hard to say. I'm sure everybody's going to tell me I need to replace it, and that would probably be the smart thing to do. Holy oil, Batman. Nope, that's the consistency of regular chain oil. It's like honey. It's probably just been sitting for so long that the honey turned into a strawberry infused honey or something along those lines. I don't know. Let's take a quick look at the Wood Boss and see what the chain catch is supposed to look like, just for gits and jiggles, curiosity's sake, farts and rainbows, whatever you want to say. I like my newer saw. These are captive, so you don't have a chance to lose them. Man, I'm tired, apparently. Hey, look, there's the chain catch. Oh, I need to clean this baby too. So this one's aluminum, this one's plastic. Interesting. Doing some more comparison here. You can see that Papa's is missing this other plastic safety device. I don't know what that is. Is that another chain catch? I'm not too familiar with that. And also, we're missing this plate here. The one on my dad's is a little bigger. Interesting differences. I don't know why I'm so enamored with that. I'm going to clean this up a little bit and then put it back together. I'll see you in a sec. A couple other things are starting to reveal their faces to me as I was cleaning this out. Notice here we have a snap ring or C-clip, whatever the heck you want to call it, and a washer. I'm assuming that helps secure your needle bearing in place. And on this guy, we did not have either of those items. So that is item number 3 for the missing parts list. Okay. Here we go. To-do list. In no particular order, because I don't think we're going to check and see if it runs before we check Spark. Do we even need to check Spark? We can just check and see if it runs, but it's fun to make a Spark video. All right, anyway. Clean the bar oil out of the inside here. Deburr the bar because it's nasty and sharp. Will it run? Check the Spark. We need to lube the cylinder first before any of this. I should just draw arrows all over the place to where they need to actually be. Fuel tank. Not a good sound. That means there's fuel in there. Holy oil. This thing is just barfing oil everywhere. Parts list. We need a new needle bearing. We potentially also need a new drum. We need the snap ring, the washer, the oil plate, new drum. We could also possibly get a new nut for the bar cover. Might not have to put in a whole lot of effort with cleaning the oil out. If we just lay this thing on its side, I bet it will purge itself. This stuff's like molasses. Because I don't, it's everywhere. All you oil spill fanatics are probably giggling with joy right now. I keep trying to talk at the camera, even though I have a microphone right on my chest. Okay. We could age the chain's gone. That's not bad. I would say there's a hint of Minwax, maybe a slight touch of Varathane in there, but it still smells like gas. I think it'll still burn. So it may not have been sitting for too long. Not the newly refurbished desk. Oh, it's a travesty. Oh my. I spilled that gas on purpose because I wanted to clean my workbench back there and also clean up the saw a little bit. Yeah, definitely wasn't an accident. It wasn't even a spill. It was a controlled pour. Gas is a wonderful solvent, isn't it? My wife's going to get home and say, "You smell like gas." That's an actual voice representation, by the way. No, it's really not. No better way to kill mold than a nice dose of gasoline. For those of you that aren't terribly familiar with chainsaws, this little spot here was an option where you could get a heated handlebar. So when you're cutting out in the winter, trying to keep your house warm, keep your family warm, you fire up your chainsaw, turn on your heated handlebars, and not have such an unpleasant time. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, pretty cool. What's your special chainsaw knowledge of the day? Don't worry, I'm sure we'll have more. Okay, we will see you in a bit. And we're back for another new and dog-filled day. So I'm highly disappointed in the microphone audio. Had very good reviews on the Rainforest site, but I don't know. We'll try it with noise reduction off, because I don't like the fact that you can't hear anything except my voice. It's kind of weird. And I sound more boring than normal and muffled, like I'm talking in water. Can you hear the traffic? It's a 6-liter Ford, so I would hope so. All right, what are we going to do today? I say we get rid of the gas that's in there after I spilled most of it yesterday. Oh, goodness gracious. It's still nasty in there. Need like 2 cans of brake clean. And you know what? One thing I did not inspect is the crank little nub here, the snub. Yeah, it looks like it got a little warm. Is that pitting? Oh, it is. It is a little pitting. Okay, how about this side? Well, whatever it is or is not, we're not getting a new crankshaft. We're going to use it as is. Okay, now for that brake clean. Actually, there's a nut right there, so maybe this threads onto the crank. I don't know. But what I do know is that this brake clean is not touching any of the stuff that's built up in here. Not at all. We would have to pretty much disassemble the whole thing. I don't really want to take the oil pump out because then we'll have to get a new gasket. We'll worry about cleanliness at a later time. Filter looks pretty good. Yeah, not so bad. Some dust. This is an interesting one. This is just a screen. Is it supposed to be like that? I don't... I keep comparing everything to the 028 WB. I don't have any other saws to reference, but I thought there was supposed to be a cloth element inside here. Nope. One is cloth. One has no cloth. It's just a very fine screen. Interesting. It's like my favorite word. Interesting. Okay, so that was audio with static eliminator turned off. This is audio without the little puff puff on the end of it. See if that makes a difference too. Okay, so traffic. So the winner is no puff puff, no noise cancellation. I don't know. The microphone on my phone, it's actually a dual mic, one at the top, one at the bottom, acts like left and right, and it has really good quality. So I don't know. We'll try out the microphone for a while. If I just don't like it at all, we'll go back to the old ways. Anyway, let's check out the spark plug on this monster. Holy moly. All right, we have a tool for this. I think you remember that tool. Who knew? Spark plug boot pliers. They're probably ultimately used... Oh, look at that plug. I like the green lines on it. Way to go, squirrel. Looks like a spark plug. Maybe a little rich on oil. Perhaps a bit rich on fuel. The Bosch R6. How cool is that? Can't say I've seen many Bosch plugs around. Okay, well, you know what we need to do, right? It's time. Here we go. Checking for spark. Ignish. On. And go. Oh, yeah. Hot and white. Wow, I can't believe that turned out in just one take. Usually takes me like 6. Also, forgot to say it, forgot to show it. I put some blaster in the plug hole and injected blaster into the crankcase. So we are happily lubricated. All right, what do you say we put some fresh gas in this thing and see if it'll pop? In an environmentally friendly way, we'll go ahead and... Oh, right, that was pressurized. That's interesting. Is it supposed to be? I don't really think so. This isn't going to go everywhere. No, not at all. That looks like great gas. I should have just used it. Oh, well, we got some chunks out of there too, so that's good. See, we were just flushing the gas tank. Let's have a look down in there. Yeah, no complaints there. That's good. That's definitely more fresh smelling. Makes sense, right? I got it like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Got a squeaker. All right. Let's go blow our ears out. Nope, forgot we need the air filter or it won't choke. Come with me, I shall show you. So when you push this lever down, look on the right side there. See that black tab that comes up? That black tab engages this black tab and shuts a flap. That is your choke. Integrated into the air filter. I didn't design it that way. Don't yell at me. And then this is spring loaded. So when you squeeze the trigger, pops the choke, run, stop position lever back up into a running state, or should anyway. Sometimes they get sticky from what I've experienced. Oh, what the heck, we'll put this on too. Otherwise the air filter is going to suck in a bunch of unfiltered air. Need a bigger screwdriver and my Stihl multi-tool. Here we go. Man, it's nice out here. Oh, let me guess. Now that the puff puff is taken off the microphone, you're going to pick up wind noise, huh? Keep forgetting I don't have to yell at you. It's weird. All right, here we go. Start position. I don't think anything's going to fly off. If it does, should go that way. This thing definitely has all the compression. Just need some fuel. Oh yeah, we can't do that. We have to have the drum on there. Let me show you why. Learning Chainsaw 101. But hey, it runs. Woohoo! Success. So we need the drum slash sprocket slash whatever the H you want to call it, because these are fly weights. So as the engine is spinning, these weights fly outward. And when they fly outward, they engage the inner surface of this drum. And when you don't have this on there, they'll fly outward and they'll grab onto your frickin' anti-kickback. Funny how that works. We are going to order parts before we run it any further. It was smoking a lot also because I put a bunch of blaster in the crankcase. So that was transferring up and getting burned. Well, now what do we do? I guess we could deburr the bar here. Oh yeah, look at that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See that edge right there? Where my fingernail is gripping onto? That's from the chain. What is going on out there? You got a P in the U's, huh? Why? Anyway, you can see it's kind of like a channel. As the chain rides and runs, this is probably the original bar with the saw, considering the fact there's zero paint on the end on it anywhere. But yeah, it'll wear down and mushroom over the edge a little bit, especially if it gets hot or runs dry for any reason. So let's get a file and see if we can get rid of those. This bar might still be just fine. So I have my mill bass, which is broken, and we have a half round bass if we need more aggressiveness. And in case you think I'm making jokes, MB, HRB, and RB. Oh, jeez. I don't know why they have those names. I don't know who invented those names. And I don't know how it got translated into a profane thing that you call somebody. I was looking back through some of my other saw vids, and Todd O suggested pinching the bar in a vise, make it easier to work on. So that's what we're going to do, even if my vise is not clamped down. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, but whatever. Thank you for the suggestion, Todd O. All right, here goes nothing. We'll use the mill because that's pretty much what it's for. Let's get this out of here. I'm just gonna lay it flat and grind that nasty edge off. And I'm gonna wear safety glasses for this because I don't want chunks of metal flying into my face. Anybody out there ever have metal in their eye? I have. Once. I'll never do it again. I bought a model steam engine off of eBay from like the 30s or 40s. Okay, Titan. It's not just your stick. You can share. We are a sharing household. So I was thinking it'd be sweet to restore it, and I was grinding on it, but I was wearing the only thing I had were chemistry goggles. So they're the big round goggles. Oh man, I can't talk today. They're the big round goggles, right? But they have vents in them. And they were just open holes, but it was on the bottom, funny enough. So I'm wearing these things on my face, and I feel something tap me gently in the cheek. That was it. I felt a little bump on my cheek, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I'm fine. Just hit me in the cheek, right? Well, that night I go to bed, and when I closed my eyes, it felt like there was a piece of sand in my eye. Very uncomfortable. Luckily, I was able to get some sleep that night, but when I woke up the next day, it was all red and irritated, and so I went into the eye doctor, and they dilated my pupil, and then they said, oh yeah, you got a little piece of metal in your eye. And I thought, oh well, good thing I was wearing safety glasses, although they weren't the correct type of safety glasses. So he went in there, and just was able to, touch it and pull the piece out. But the part that was most fun was it had formed rust rings in my eye. And we can't have rust rings in the eyeball. Not particularly good for you. So the eye doctor gets out his version of a small-sized Dremel with a burr on the end of it. Fast forward if you're a bit on the squeamish side. I am a squeamish, but I was there and it, for some reason, didn't bother me. Anyway, he took that burr and that Dremel and ground down part of my eyeball until the rust was gone. Pretty messed up, but they have numbing eye drops for your eye, so you can't feel anything. The only annoying part of the whole thing was having my pupil dilated and then having to drive home. They give you a pair of those senior citizen, no offense, we always called them senior citizen sunglasses, the gigantic sunglasses that fit over your whole face like it's from the 80s. So anyway, long story short, protect your eyeballs. You only get them once, right? Still got a little bit right here maybe. I also noticed, I was like, why aren't there blue marks along the edge here where the chain slides? Because on my other saw, you can see some bluing through here. And I thought that was the result of too much heat into the system. There's a better view there. See these hot marks right here? It turns out modern bars are welded apparently along the top and the bottom here. I don't know why. I don't know how. I've never seen how they're made. But this bar appears to be riveted. Oh no, those are spot welds. Because I can see little heat marks around them. See? Little hot spots. So this must be spot welded. I thought at first that they were rivets, but no. Well, that's cool. Learn something new every day. All right, well, enough talking. Somebody's going to tell me I talk too much. Here we go. You're welcome. Hyperlapse. I'll tell you what, this spot right through here, this whole side here is very resilient to my filing. So I switched to the half round B. It's more aggressive, but dang, there's quite a bit to take off on this one. How does that go? Do as I say, not as I do. Whoops. That was my fault. If I had any brains, I would have worn a pair of gloves. That's all right. I want to get all the metal shavings out of the groove where the chain rides. There we go. Should be a nice rinse. All right. Now I'm going to go blow it out. Just right down the groove, and then we'll spray it with some lubricant, because we don't like lubricant. Don't know why I did a southern accent. Also, don't know why I'm still wiggling this bar. Things are getting weird around here. Thank you, Titan. Now that we're all rinsed off and sprayed out and air blown. Why am I laughing? I don't know. We're gonna loosen this up a bit. It's pretty stiff. We have a little bit of up and down play, radial play. Okay. Much better. Well, I think we're at a bit of a standstill right now. Where's the power head? Is that what they even call it? Power head? I don't know. So many questions. So little answers. I don't know if that's how that works either. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and clean things up a little bit. And when you see me next, hopefully we'll have some parts. Ooh, welcome back, folks. It's a new and glorious day. So here we are, part shopping for the Stihl 028 AV. 028 chainsaw parts diagram, and I ended up finding this guy, number 5, 1118640-200-1, and here we are, 1118640-200-1. This is a 0.325 inch sprocket. So something I just learned violently is that this little groove is supposed to be here. This is where that snap ring goes to hold in that other ring that kept it, whatever. So on my grandfather's saw, the humongous groove that's in this sprocket that was created by the chain, that wasn't supposed to be there. It shows you how much I work on saws. So this sprocket, 23 euros, probably 78.50 in US dollars. So naturally we went to the Rainforest site. Oh look, red cap, men's wrinkle-free work pants, charcoal. 40 waist. Holy cow. I used to be a 34, so I really hope that doesn't fit. My wife's trying to order me stuff. What a sweetheart. Anyway, I found the 0.325 knockoff version with the bearing, with the C-clip, with the washer, and then I found some nuts for our bar. So price-wise, boop, $5.88 for a 6-pack of nuts, and $14 for all of this inexpensive and probably not long-lasting hardware. But we're going to try it out because I'm on a budget, like always. I did buy a caliper, so let's go make sure that that crankshaft is 0.325 inches. Cleo, it's not time to eat. Cleo, it's not dinner time. Not even remotely close to dinner time. You think you're cute by purring and talking to me, huh? Oh yeah, this is what happens when you have an obese cat. We brought her in and sort of rescued her. She doesn't really like anyone except me. No, don't you dare use your claws to climb up here. Don't you dare. Ah! So anyway, that's Cleo the fat, not Cleo the cat. All right, let's measure our shaft. See what diameter we have. Also, this is why... What are you eating? Goofball? We're going microphone... Herc! You better... No. Drop it. Drop. Down. Drop. Drop it. Yeah, all the way. Thank you. That's part of my miter saw. One of my small humans has been cutting and making little fairy houses and stuff, and figured the miter saw would be one of the safer options since she doesn't actually have to keep her hands on the piece of wood that she's cutting. Anyway, I regress. Or digress. Regret. I don't know, whatever. What are you doing, Titan? This is why I don't throw anything away. So I had this cord laying around. I know. A tangent again. Whatever. And this used to be a motion sensor light. Well, wouldn't you know it, motion sensor part stopped working on the assembly, so I ripped that off. Took this cord off the wall that I kept from, I have no idea what, some application. Herc! No! Hercules! Quit trying to steal my miter saw pieces. Wired it up, and now I have a light I'm going to mount somewhere. I don't know where, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's measure this baby. Now the real question in this whole situation is, where did I put my caliper? Aha! It's in with the measurement equipment. The Kainup. Okay, so we're looking for 0.325 inches. Ah, there we go. 0.3925. Okay. 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 Thank you. Oh, you know what? Jeez, oh Pete's. I gotta go find a rock. So, call me what you will, but I have been measuring. I tried the inner diameter of the sprocket. I tried the outer diameter of the crankshaft. I don't know. Other stuff. I can't find 325 anywhere. So, I don't know where that dimension comes from. Maybe someone could enlighten me. That'd be fantastic. So what we were talking about earlier, you see those grooves? You see how deep they are? At first glance, I thought, oh, that's cool. It's supposed to be like that. No. No, it's not. It's not supposed to be like that at all. Check out this one. This one has a small grooving that's starting, little indents, but so when we buy the replacement, it's going to be completely smooth, just like in the picture. Anyway, so long story short, I don't know how that's a long story short at all, but whatever. Hey, look at that number, 325 1118/0 run. 0 run? Yep, 1118/01. All right, folks, here's the scoop. I really do want to clean this out, and I don't think I can do that without taking off the anti-kickback system. So let's poke our way through it and see if we can do so without losing a phalange. We'll get out the brake spring plier kit that you would typically use on your drum brake setup and see if we can disarm the beast. Yep. Oh yeah, success. Well, that wasn't so bad. I probably could have done that with a boring pair of pliers. And there's our band, kind of like a band in a transmission. One thing I found interesting is this little tab that sticks down on the oil pump doesn't actually rotate. That's just like a cover. I thought the whole thing spun around, but it can't spin around because if you look behind it, there's a piece of the case that would prevent that. Learn something new every day. What better way to learn than dive in, removing the clips. While we're on the subject of parts, I cannot find a part number for the oil plate or the plate that goes on the cover. I don't know where it is. I don't know if this saw didn't have one, and for some reason the other wood boss did. I just don't know. Okay, does this thing just lift right out of there now? By George. I think it does. Although there's a pin. I'm seeing a pin right here. Like so. Okay, so there's that.
From the MoscowTimes.com.
What?
Located between the Ural Mountains to the east and the Volga River to the west.
Okay.
A population
Alexa.
Of more than...
Thank you.
Alphabet and I are always happy to help.
Oh, jeez, oh,
Right,
Pete.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't so bad. Just had to stop being chicken. Okay. Actually, chickens are fierce. Alright, well that is integrated. That little pin is integrated into part of our band here. Well, there we go. There we have it. Pretty cool, huh? I think so. Alright, so I'm looking at this clutch assembly here. And I'm looking at the threads. And I want to make sure it's not reverse thread. Need to clean that out a little bit. Kind of hard to tell. Well, only one way to find out. Hey, I wonder. Oh, way to go, Stihl. You know what would have been really smart? Would have been to leave the band on there and activate the brake before I try to take this off. Because now it's just gonna spin. So let's prepare it for action. Put our drum in here. Oh, funny thing. Another funny story. I can't. I can't access the nut, and I can't activate that lock. I'm guessing there's a Stihl S138.6 to the 12th special tool that is a drum that has no center. And you put it on there, lock it, and then you can take that off. Or people just use impact. I don't know. So long story short, this is all one piece, and the nut is attached to this. So trying to get it out without preventing the crankshaft from moving is probably not going to happen. I mean, we could take the cover off the other side. I don't know, I guess we could do that. I guess we might as well, right? Okay, T25 still? Oh yeah, T25. All right. Oh, got the whole bushing that came out with it. Interesting. We know where that one goes. Nice. Well, this is a good opportunity to clean up this side too, right? Keep the flywheel from moving. And we'll see if anything decides to happen. Nope, not at all. Alright, let's try the opposite direction. Nope. Okay, folks, I am throwing in the towel. I'm either going to break something or break myself. And I don't really want to do either. So, that's pretty much as clean as that is going to be. Whatever. We're going to leave it be. I'm going to go ahead and do my best to clean this out. And we're going to move on with our lives. If you notice, I'm not using the microphone today. I kind of need feedback from you guys, not just me, on what you think about it. Just don't really like how I sound like I'm underwater. Alright. See you guys in a few hours. Welcome back, folks. It's a new and lovely day. Okay, got some new parts. How cool is that? Alright, I think the one I want to try out first is this, to see if it even fits. This is our replacement for the original drum slash sprocket. Also, I was going to show you what I learned, and apparently that 325 is actually the distance from here to here. It's tooth to tooth distance. They look similar. This looks like it's brazed. Although this one kind of looks the same. Let's clean some Earl off of it. No, I guess it's the same. Interesting. Similar but different. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Inner diameter looks the same. Okay, well, let's try it on for size. Not yet. We got to try the bearing on for size first. Do one of these with the bar and chain oil. Bloop. Get her all ready to go. Oh yeah, nice and gooey. And, oh, it fits. How beautiful is that? Put this guy here. Oh man, it is a snug and beautiful fit. Okay, well, that's thoroughly exciting if I do say so myself. Probably going to clean some of that excess oil off of there, because I have a feeling it's not meant for the clutch. So I'm going to find out the best way to lubricate these before we install them, especially since they came from the rainforest site. And we're back. It is a multitude of days later. I've had this thing just bathing in Crud Cutter because it's so yucky. If I had Engine Bright, I would have used that, but I don't have any of that either. So anyway, let's go rinse this thing off. Well, I was going to be goofy and just hook this right up to the frost-free hydrant, because that thing is sourced right off of the well and should give us tons of pressure. But this guy has barfed multiple times in the driveway, so we're just going to hook the hose up. Didn't want to hook the hose up because it's supposed to freeze, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Little sensitive stomach over there. Okay, back to work. Apologies, I forgot my tripod. It's going to be hanging out on the chicken coop. It's better back here anyway, you won't get wet. Oh, wow, that doesn't seal at all. cleaned up nice. You see? I will take it all day. Don't freak out. I'm gonna let it dry before I try to start it. Gonna be we won't worry about that part. Come check this out. Isn't that way better? Holy moly, look how nice and white it is. All right, Crud Cutter, I give it to you. You are a good degreaser. Now, I did spray some in here. We'll just give it a little additional bath time. Also, I was thinking the other day, you know, I keep mentioning how we don't have a plate for this side. Well, look at this here, this plastic. I wonder if that's what they used for the chain guide. And it didn't actually come with a guide plate like the other one did. Interesting. All right, well, short and sweet for today. Don't have a whole lot of time, and it's famdamily time. So wanted to just see how that did. Really impressed, really happy. We'll let this soak for the night, wash it off maybe tomorrow or whenever I can get back out here. Spray that area a little bit too. I don't know, the coil's right there. We'll see. All right, folks, catch you soon. And we're back for another glorious day. Hey, check that out. So, I'm going to go spray these things off now that they've been drenched in the cutter of crud for quite some time. Before and after. Not bad, considering the fact I did nothing to pre-scrub this. Obviously, this turned out really nice. This, I didn't do anything to get the junk out of there beforehand, so. All right, well, I'm gonna continue a little cleaning parade here. I'm gonna put a little extra effort into cleaning, and then we'll start reassembly. And we're back, yet again. I'm keeping these segments super short. You guys ready to assemble this thing yet, or what? Been standing around here waiting. I know, I'm funny. Okay, for real. It's clean, it's beautiful. Let's get it back to working order and assembly. And I want to fire this thing up. You can hear it scream for a little bit. I want to test the oil pump as well. Now I got to remember which parts go where. Remember, use the 2-finger technique, like for spark plugs. Hey look, tech tips. 2-finger trick. To help prevent over-tightening a spark plug when a torque wrench is not available, simply use 2 fingers on the ratchet handle. Even the strongest service technician cannot over-tighten a spark plug by using 2 fingers. Alright, good to know. Cleaned everything but the chain brake. Dang it. That's better. Now we just got to remember how to put this little guy back on there. That actually went out there like that. This curves through here. There we go. Nope, we're okay. I just completely forgot about the spring. That would have been the problem. Easy. There we go. Be sure to get our... Yeah, it's Kubota tractor day. Okay, washer first, then linkage, then C-clips. There we go. Then the spring. And now, beautiful. Okay, we are making progress, folks. Dang it, I forgot to clean this. If you haven't been skipping around too much, you saw me coat this with some bar and chain oil, which is actually not the correct method to do so. It is simply a matter of using grease. So that's what we're going to do. We'll use some nice rad and tacky. It certainly is red and tacky. Oh, that's nice. Actually, that rolls really well. Nice and smooth, nice and quiet. Well, that I'm not a huge fan of. Can you see the run out on this thing? Check this out. Okay, here we go. Wider space, skinnier space. I'm looking at the relationship between the band for the drum and the drum itself. Skinny, wide, skinny, wide. Oh boy. These things don't exactly spin slowly. Alright, let's compare it to the previous one. No run out. Doggone it. Well, as per usual, you get what you pay for. Especially considering the fact that these spin at, what, 10,000 RPM? More than 10,000 RPM? And we'll see how the vibration is, if we get a lot of vibration. I'm hoping that we get lucky. Okay. Still don't know why I have a fork here. Okay, we're gonna pretend it's not actually there. Better, not perfect, but there's a lot of crannies and nooks in there that I don't feel like messing with. Okay, well, we need the oil drive first. Okay, we need the driven driver. Let's thread that guy back in there. There, all right, we're in. We're ready to pump oil. Everybody having a good day today? I hope so. It's Friday for me, so it's an extra special traffic-filled day for me. I'm going to reposition this clip because I want the ends of the clip to touch the teeth. Just seems like a better strategy. There we go. That way, every single groove in the teeth has an engagement point from that snap ring. There's our washer. Next part is our clip. Ouch. Owie. Holy smokes, that's not coming back out of there. That's free. Free falling. Alright, so pretend I didn't say anything that I just said. I took the clips back off, the cover back off. I want to run the pump for a little bit, and I want to see if it's leaking down into here profusely or what's happening. So, we have, as you may have seen on the other Stihl episode, 1/4 inch extension, 1/4 inch to 3/8 adapter, 3/8 to 1/2 adapter, and a 30 millimeter. I'm using this because it has a higher speed and it will pump better. So, let's see how we do. There it goes. Oh, what happened? Wow, there's an air bubble. Well, that is not a lot of oil coming out of there. I suppose we could fire it up and see if it pumps quicker. Oh, it's so nice in the sun. Yeah. Alright, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to fire this thing up just to see how it runs, and then I'll bring it over and show you how the pump does or does not pump. Okay, we are choked. Let's do a comparison. All right, we're gonna fire up the 028 Wood Boss, which I still don't think pumps that great because I get into super hot, chain hot, sagging conditions with it. So that's why I bought the oil pump for it. And we're choked. Haven't started this in months. No type. Oh, she feels like it too. Okay, well, maybe we don't have a problem, and I'm just wasting a bunch of oil. And this thing is still sharp. That feels okay. Oh, these weather swings are destroying my sinuses. And we have new nuts. Very exciting. Ouch. Pretty sharp. Tension actually feels pretty darn good. This slides quite nicely. I think it's smoking so much right now because it's still burning all the PB out of the crankcase. First things first, the puppies are going to go inside. All right, we are full of fuel. We are full of bar and chain oil. I topped it off with the stuff I have. The chain is set at a decent tension. Might be a little loose actually, so let's address that. And tighten this screw over here a bit. I'm guessing when you replace that sprocket, you should probably replace your chain too. But unfortunately, I don't really have the fundage for that right now. Okay, let's go find something to cut up. All right, I think we're gonna start small. Kind of break it in a little bit. Here goes nothing. So you might laugh at me when I say this, but this saw has a girthier tone to it, like a deeper rumble to it, like it's got a bigger bore than the other 028 Wood Boss. That would be my guess, for one. I think the engines are different. And number two, this thing's oiling just fine. You can see how nice and glossy the chain is. Well, oh yeah, watch. See the oil sticking to the chain. We could do the spray test where you hold it basically wide open and the chain should spray oil all over whatever is in front of it. Otherwise, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, it idles a little low, but hey, that's just fuel savings, right? Yeah. There's a pine tree on the west side of the house I could cut down, but I need to consult the missus first. Pardon the wind. I'm sure there's plenty of noise going on. Okay. So you can see, I mean, there's some oil here, but really not a lot. We need a big one. Well, it did really well, actually. I tried to stall it out the second cut, but I couldn't. I mean, it is pine, it's soft, right? Go find some oak and that might be a different story, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, the chain is soaked, performs well, runs well. Oh, and you know how I was whining about the quantity of oil spraying off the chain? Look at my foot. My leg and foot have oil all over it. All right. Well, that was fun. Let's see how this aftermarket sprocket did after one very short run. Oil all over the place. I don't know why I'm so worried about the oiling situation. I guess it's because I'm completely dumbfounded as to why my other 028 stops oiling randomly. Unless the pump gets hot, it expands and then it no longer functions like it's supposed to. I mean, it has marks where it was driving the chain, but here, let's have a look. There we are. Looks pretty good still. I mean, granted, it's been a very short amount of usage, but yeah, she's doing well. Something smells like it's on fire. I don't think it's this. I think someone's actually burning something. It smells like burning leaves outside, so I'm gonna head back over there and make sure I didn't light the woods on fire. I don't know how I possibly could have. When I left, everything looked just peachy, but I'm guessing someone's just burning leaves. What freaked me out was the wind direction was the same direction I was just cutting. Like I said, I'm sure it's somebody else burning leaves, but better safe than inferno. Come on, wind, calm down. Yeah, we're good. I don't see any smoldering. I don't see any smoke. Pretty sure that's the same thing. No hot marks. Would have had to have been a pretty darn good ember coming out of the exhaust to light something on fire. That's something I should check too. Should check the spark arrestor on that. Well, now that I said it, we should check it. Hot? Huh, not hot. Well, unfortunately, my T27 is too fat. That was good for it. Let's get out my saw. I believe, yeah, there it is. Ouch! I'm guessing that's a T27. Probably exactly what we need. Oh, wouldn't you know it. Thank you, Stihl, for keeping your sizes consistent over the years. Was it just the two? Looks like it. Nope, definitely not. That is on there, super solid. No, something else is holding it. Okay. It's a sign. We're going to leave it. I'm going to put it back together, and we're going to go with it. We're going to chat with the missus. We'll see about cutting down that pine over there, cutting it up, and making it into some wood for a fire. Nice outro. Yeah, good outro right there. Anyway, so I will append that to the end of this video if it does happen. If it does not, then you will hear the drums followed by the I know, it's really good. Really good. Got to quit my day job and start that singing career. All right, folks. Thanks again. And we will see you next time right here on the Tractor Fella channel. Fist bump. We're doing it. Time to reassemble and go. And here we are by Traffic Central. So here's this just monstrous tree here. You can't really see it very well. Oh, what do you know? Traffic. Hey, what do you know? More traffic. We're going to take this little guy right here and we're going to go ahead and get rid of him because he is dead. So I'm probably going to limb the bottom of it and then we'll go for the gusto. And I'm practicing because see those three big pines? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Yeah, they're all leaning right nicely toward the house. And the middle one is DED as well, as you can see from the bark that's falling off of it that our children like to peel and play with. The plan this spring/summer is to take all three of them and get rid of them. You should see the roots move when the wind blows. You can see the dirt just lift up off the ground. It's insane. And it's terrifying. So anyway, back to work. There's probably zero need for me to notch this tree, but I need the practice. There we go. No more sun in your eyeballs. You know, I thought she was a little loud, and then, well, this happened. Turns out it's not held on by an extra screw, and it helps to put the screws back in. Neighbors love me. See you in a bit. I mean, while we're here, we might as well take a look. I can't see a freaking thing. The sun's right in my eyeballs. Well, isn't that interesting? It exits the side, and then goes through the spark arrestor, which is clear, by the way, so that's exciting. Actually, that's the exit right there. Just those two little ports. But yeah, spark arrestor looks good. And in case you were wondering, it's a lift and pull method. It engages up in the top there. Round 2, fight. Well, how successful was that? Now I gotta clean it up. I think that's it. Well, here we are. Tree number 2. Yeah, it had some green at the top, but just at the top. That was about it. Oh, what do you know? There's a car going by. How weird is that? So, there we are. We're all cut up. This thing's been awesome. The bar has not gotten hot once. It cuts like brand new. Look at the chips coming out of this thing. I wouldn't even call that a chip. I'd call that a straight up sliver. Look at that. Chain is nice and sharp. I'm sure 99% of you have left at this point. So I guess I'm just recording this for myself. Because why not? It's a beautiful day and, well, I feel accomplished. Thanks for joining in. High five.